He Jai.
City in which success is already there.
Jai.
Oh, right. The city of success, right.
Yeah, Jaipur.
So that is the actual meaning.
Yes.
Is Jai.
City of victory.
City of right. City of victory.
victory.
It's actually founded by Raja Jai Singh.
What did you say?
Raja Jai Singh, the king.
Oh,
king's was
the
Raja
name.
Jai
Oh,
Singh.
his name was Jay.
Jai Singh.
Uh-huh.
Singh.
Jai Singh.
I
So
see.
Jai
he
Singh.
called
I
as
see.
Jaipur.
Singh. That is
Singh
a.
Singh is like
Title. Singh.
Yeah.
title.
Is that a Sikh? A Sikh?
Singh. S-I-N-G-H.
No, but I'm saying that's a Sikh title.
No,
It's
no,
a
no,
Sikh.
Singh
No.
is like lion.
Lion.
No, I know that, but that is like a Hindu.
Not
Sikh
six.
also they keep, but even the
The
Rajputs
Hindus
and,
also use. I see. Okay.
Singh. Raja Jai Singh. Man Singh, Jai Singh.
Okay. So the Lord moves in mysterious ways, and actually He's moving by His own will. Right? And by the Lord's will, many of His deities came here to Jaipur. Actually, maybe all of these deities we visited today were originally in Vrindavan. That is correct. And,
Yes.
Yeah.
and ostensibly, because of the disturbance of the Muslim rulers, they came for protection, for hiding here in Jaipur. That is the external cause. But actually, the Lord moves by His own will. The Lord has His own dance, and He is not bound by any external circumstances. Like our Gurudev, he also mentioned about the Jagannath deity, right? Some of us, we may complain, we may feel sad, we may make some argument why the Pandas are not letting us in, They're not letting us come in to see Jagannath, they're blocking us. But our Gurudev mentioned, actually, this is Jagannath's play. This is his play with his devotees, right? And when we visited Jagannath temple a few weeks back, I was actually thinking, this is very wonderful, We want to see Jagannath, but we cannot see him. This is like creating some pitiful situation. Then Jagannath's mercy will come to us. He knows we're standing outside. We want to have His darshan. Then His heart is coming to us. So in easily, then we wouldn't appreciate it. Then I'm feeling, actually, this is also very fortunate. And also I'm remembering Srila Sridhar Maharaj, he always encourages us to look beyond the objective reality. Try to see that the Lord's will is behind everything. And if we can keep that vision, we have no complaint in any circumstances, actually. Everything is always perfect. And we are surrendered to the Lord's will. And I'm reminded of another incident. Maybe next year we will. Do you have the headphones, actually? It might be helpful. No, huh? The mic we left in. Now in Udaipur, Natadwara, there is this Srinath deity, right? He was previously in Vrindavan on the Govardhan hill. And Mahaprabhu, he gave the instruction that we don't climb the hill to see that deity, right? Many pilgrims, they go, but we are following Mahaprabhu's desire. Now that deity is in Rajasthan. Maybe we'll go there next year. But anyhow, there was one occasion we hear when Rup and Sanatan, they were in the area of Govardhan and they had some desire to see that deity, that Gopal deity. But they're following Mahaprabhu's instructions, so they did not climb the hill. But that Gopal deity wanted to fulfill their desire, and he also wanted to see them. So he created some circumstance. There was a rumor that started going around that the Muslims were going to attack. And so the priests, the pujaris at the temple, they removed the Gopal deity, brought him down from Govardhan hill, and they hid him somewhere for some time. And then in that way, Rup and Sanatan, they had the opportunity to have his darshan, right? So in this way, we understand that the Lord moves by His own will. And also, I always remember this comment of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, that he said that, actually we don't have the eyes to see the deity, but we are praying that the deity may see us. And actually we are, through our life of service, our life of sharanagati, life of surrender, We are, and by hearing, Shravan, right? Shravan, hearing is our first practice. Through all of these processes, our heart is being adjusted, proper conception, proper realization is developing. And in that way, then true revelation, true vision, true darshan can come. And not only that, but at a higher stage, when our devotion is more advanced, the Lord will be attracted to see us. He will want to see us. Our Gurudev, he made this comment. We have this book by our Param Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Rakshak, Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj, Search for Sri Krishna, Reality the Beautiful. And our Gurudev mentioned this is the first stage, that we will search after Krishna. But in the second stage, we will search for our service to Krishna, and Krishna will search for us. He said, Krishna is everywhere, but our service is not everywhere. So by following our service, then we are actually attracting Krishna. Then the next stage, loving search. He will search after us, right? Loving search for the lost servant. And Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he made this comment about Madhavendra Puri. Also that same Gopal Diti, that this is the type of devotion that Madhavendra Puri had. That Gopal Diti wanted to see him, right? And he was hidden away in some forest behind some big rocks on the Govardhan Hill and near Govinda Kund. Yes, you remember the Leela. And we were discussing, we were at Govinda Kund a few days ago. And Madhavendra Puri had that dream, right, by Govinda Kund. And that Gopal told him, oh, I'm so hungry, I'm so thirsty. I've been here alone, nobody's taking care of me for so many years. I've been waiting for you. I've been waiting for you, Madhava Puri. When will he come? Actually, the Lord, like we were told, Isha Upanishad, right? Om Purnam Mada Purnamidam. The Lord is complete. The Lord is full. He doesn't need anything from us. But he is hungry for love. That is his only deficiency. And not deficiency, but it is part of his divine play. That he likes to reciprocate in pastimes of love, right? And so he was attracted by the devotion of Madhavendra Puri. And by creating, he's creating this service necessity and then calling Madhavendra Puri. So we are here, we are humble pilgrims, right? We are visiting these temples, we are having darshan, we're praying for the blessings of the deity. But we're also thinking about these higher devotees, right? What type of devotion they have. They can walk, they can talk with the deity, right? And they are attracting the deity to themselves. And Sanatan Goswami, that Madan Mohan deity is somewhere. Where is he now?
In Karoli, on the way back to Vrindavan.
Oh, okay.
It's in Karoli. Near Bharatpur, there's a way go 80 kilometers inside Karoli.
Okay. It's your hometown. Wow. Wow.
My godfather and my father, they're from there.
Oh, wow.
Madan Mohan is also here.
Madan Mohan extension is here.
His servitor is here. So that Madan Mohan deity, he's also one of the original deities in Vrindavan. And some of you will remember we visited his temple. We didn't get to speak so much. The big red temple. That was Sanatan Goswami's deity, Madan Mohan was there. And we were remembering recently, some of you were there, this pastime of Sanatan Goswami. They, as I said, these higher devotees, they're not just seeing like a stone figure or a wooden figure. They're seeing living, Sat Chidananda Vigraha, concentrated form of eternity, consciousness, bliss. They're seeing the original divine form of the Lord. And they're having their relationship with, they're not just doing some like ritualistic puja, archan, but they're taking care of their Lord, right? And so we hear of this one incident where, the Goswamis of Vrindavan, they're living very, very simply, very austere. They're just living on like old dried rotis, these bread chapatis and some buttermilk maybe. And very, very simply, and we hear one time, and they're offering to their deity. They all had their own deities they were serving, right? And so we hear of this occasion when Sanatan Goswami's deity complained to him, like, oh, you're giving me such austere food, such austere boga. At least put a little salt, At least you can put a little salt and
Roti with salt.
and Sanatana Goswami, he did not submit. He said, "Oh, if you want salt, you can arrange it for yourself. You're the Supreme Lord. You can arrange the salt. That is your problem. You can arrange for yourself. So this is the type of relationship that they have with their beloved deities. This Sri Vigraha, the Murti, the deity form of the Lord, this is a very special manifestation of the Lord. And for the neophyte, beginner, baby devotees like ourselves, it is very helpful. The deity is very helpful because the deity gives some focus for us, right? I remember there was a period earlier when I was thinking, if I have a temple, I will just have a preaching center. Because if you have a deity, a little bit of a headache, then you have to do so much puja and you have to, all the times in the day you have to follow and do the worship, do the offerings, do the archan, all these things. And I see in many temples, they struggle just to be able to continue with the puja and have enough boga to offer and do the programs. So I thought, if I have a place, I'll just get a preaching center, We'll just speak about Mahaprabhu's message. It will be very simple. But then I experienced our new temple in London. They were running for a few years, just as an ashram. And then they brought deity of Mahaprabhu. Janardhan Maharaj, Srila Janardhan Maharaj organized. And they brought the deity of Mahaprabhu. And I saw the transformation, like complete transformation from before the deity and after the deity. When Gaura Sundar came, very beautiful deity. Satish knows he's doing seva there for Gaura Sundar. Radha Giridhari. Then I could see how the temple became alive. Everyone had some clear focus. Suddenly everything became very meaningful. And there was an undeniable atmosphere having the Lord's presence. And so, having the deity is actually very essential for us, giving us some focus, giving us some seva, and he is giving us his blessings. Actually, our Gurudev, he also mentioned once, our Gurudev was a little radical in his approach, Srila Govinda Maharaj, that he was thinking more about the devotees. And as we've been mentioning, whenever he made a new center, he would first make a place for the devotees, the guest house, and then he would make a temple for the deities. And one occasion, I think it was for our Kolkata temple in Dum Dum Park, he mentioned, if we have devotees, then we need prasad. And if we are going to have prasad, then we need deity. He was thinking it like that, the other way around, That yeah, very practical.
Just settle down first. Then you bring deity, then you start worshiping.
Yeah, like that. Yeah. Then we need to have the deity actually. And here I also wanted to mention, so Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami. These are three very important acharyas for us, and they are of the 6 Goswamis. These 6 saint scholars who were living in Vrindavan around the time of Mahaprabhu. And these 3 in particular, they have made very valuable, very important contribution for us. And they are known as the acharyas, the teachers of Sambandha, Abhideya, and Prayojam. And their deities are also representing these principles. And so Sambandha, most of you I think are familiar with these concepts. Sambandha is referring to proper understanding of our relationship with the Lord, with the environment, proper understanding of our true identity, understanding of how to properly relate and connect with the environment, with the Lord. This is Sambandha Gyan. And so Sanatana Goswami, he is known as the Acharya of Sambandha Gyan. And his deity, Madan Mohan, is also known as the deity of Sambandha. And our Param Gurudev, our grandfather Guru Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Dev Goswami, he gave a very wonderful explanation about this actually. So this deity, he is called Madan Mohan. And Madan Mohan means who is the attractor of Cupid, right? Because, and so what is the significance of this, right? That everyone in this world is under the influence of Cupid, right? Lust, calm, has such an all-pervasive influence in this world. And so how can we become free from that? Only by becoming attracted to Krishna. Krishna is the most attractive. Krishna, right? This means, coming from the word akarshan, who can attract. So Krishna is so attractive that he can attract even Cupid, right? So Cupid is bewildering the whole world, but Cupid himself is bewildered by Krishna. This is Krishna's power, right? And so this is one reason why we hear that deity is identified as the deity of Sambandha Gyan, right? Helping us to connect with our proper relationship with the Lord. And then Rupa Goswami, his deity, Rupa Goswami is known as the Acharya of Abhideya Tattva. Abhideya is referring to proper practice, our sadhana, the path. And so Rupa Goswami's deity is Govindaji, right? And this is the deity who we visited, the first temple where we went to, Govindaji. And we also have in our Vandana, we have these 3 prayers, right, to these deities. And then Raghunath Das Goswami's deity, we came from just now, is Gopinath. And he is representing Prayojan. What is the goal? What is the highest attainment? And that is Krishna Prema, right, divine love. And so his deity is Gopinath, that temple we just came from. And we can also remember these 3 prayers. These prayers are in our Vandana, right? We can all chant together, right? Jayatam Sudatur Pangur Mamamanda Matergati Matsar Vasva Parambojo Shirad Hamadana Mohano. And then the next prayer, Divyad Rindaranya Kalpa Jumada Ratna Gada Simhasana So Shri Gandharva Shila Govinda Devo Prishtalabi Sevyamanu Shmarami. And the third, Shriman Rasara Sadambi Sivata Tatastita Karshan Venu Shanir Gopir Gopinata Shreyestu Nam.
Jai Gopinath.
And so Jai Shri Bhakti Sundar Jai Shri Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Guru Deva Ki Jai. So these are actually very beautiful prayers, and it's very nice to meditate on them. So the first Jayatam Sudatur Pangur, this verse is very, very wonderful. I feel very relevant for myself, saying that I am the lowest of the low, but my Matsarvasya Parambojo, but my everything is the lotus feet, of their lordships. Jayatam Sudatur Pangur, Mamamanda Matergati. My mind is very low, absorbed in the lowest plane. Matsarvasya, Shirad Madana. But the lotus feet of Madan Mohan, they are everything for me. This is our hope, right? That we are very fallen, right? We have nothing on our own, but we have connection with the highest, right? And we have connection not only with the highest plane, but also the highest plane of mercy, right? This is our good fortune, that the Lord is merciful. Aho bakiyam sanakalukutam jikam sayapayavad apyasadvi lebegatim dachi uchitam tatonyam kamva dayalam sharanam rajema. We were remembering this recently in I think Puri, Pundarik Vidyanidhi, right? This beautiful prayer, Mukunda was reminding Gadadhar in Bhagavatam, how merciful is Lord Krishna, right? That this demoness Putana, she came to kill him with poison smeared on her breast. But how merciful is Krishna? He gave her a position like one of his nursemaids. Oh, she wants to feed me. How wonderful. Then she can be a nursemaid. This is so kamva dayalam sharanam vrajema. To whom else can we surrender? Who is more merciful than Krishna? So this is our hope, this is our joy, this is our solace. And then the next for Rupa Goswami's deities, Abhideya, right? This Divya Vrindaranya Kalpa. There's also, you can see in these verses, there's some gradation, right? The first verse is describing this very fallen condition, right? Praying for the mercy of the Lord, absorbed in mundanity, absorbed in calm, right? And begging for the mercy of the Lord. And then the next, this is describing this very intimate scene, this Divya Vrindaranya Kalpa Jumada, right? Radha Krishna. In our version, the prayer is changed to Gandharva, because our deity in Navadip name is Gandharva. So, but original is Radha Govinda. It's describing this very intimate scene that, Radha Krishna, Prishtalabi, like Lalita Vishaka, they're sitting with their intimate, Prishtalabi means the dearest, more intimate group, and sitting on these wonderful thrones in the Vrindavan forest and being attended to by their intimate servitors. Prishta Sevyamana Shmarami. I'm remembering them, I'm praying for their service. And then the third verse, this is Gopinath, Lord of the Gopis. Krishna is Lord of the Gopis. So this is, pure Madhura Rasa, conjugal conception here. Krishna, describing Krishna in the Rasa Leela, surrounded by so many billions of gopis. Also describing, he's playing the Vamsi Vat, right? He's playing the flute, the Vamsi flute on the banks of the Jamuna. So all these things are very far away from us at present, but we are worshiping me. This is our worshipable ideal, right? And as we've been remembering again and again, right? We're coming here to have darshan of these deities, but what's really more significant for us is that, these are the deities of our gurus, right? Our gurus, the Lord is very far away from us, actually. But our gurus, our beloved, they're our beloved guardians. They are very close to us. They are very close to us. And so when we think, this is the deity of Rupa Goswami, then we feel very happy. We feel very fortunate to have the darshan. Not only that we're going to see this Krishna deity, but this is the Krishna deity who belonged to Rupa Goswami, right? And I'm saying belonged very intentionally. It may sound a little strange, right? Like the deity is an object. But actually, it is like that. The Lord he is bound by the love of his devotees. What is that? Durvasa Muni shlok? The Yasva Tantra Iva Dvija, right? When Lord Narayan, he's telling Durvasa Muni, it is as if I have no independence, Yasva Tantra Iva Sarubir Grasta Hridayo, Bhakter Bhakta Janapriya. My beloved devotees, they've captured my heart. It's as if, it mentions Eva, right? It is not exactly that he's bound, but he chooses. It is his posing. It is as if he is bound. He poses in that position, right? Like Mother Jashoda, he allows himself to be tied by his beloved. I mean, where will you find anything more wonderful than this, right? That the Supreme Lord is allowing the Supreme Absolute, right? Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. That Supreme Absolute Truth, who's the cause of all causes, right? Who's the source of everything. Adir, who has no origin, right? He is the origin of all. That Supreme Absolute Truth, he is allowing himself to be tied up by his mother. This is a very sweet and charming conception of reality. Not everyone is able to appreciate because it sounds a little far-fetched, right? But if we can appreciate the value of love, the principle of love as above all else, then our heart can understand the superiority of this conception, right? So and Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, I wanted to mention, he has this one expression where he says, the Krishna, the Lord, he is the personal property of his devotees. He's the personal property of his devotees. And so all of these things, they are far away from us, and we don't want to imitate. This is something we want to remember, right? We don't want to imitate. We want to understand clearly what is our position, right? But we know that our gurus, they are in possession of a very high level of devotion. And so we are serving our gurus, we are worshiping our gurus, we are worshiping their love. We are worshiping the devotion that our gurus have for the Lord. We may not have, real devotion ourselves, but we know that our gurus have it, and we are worshiping that. We are, when we are approaching in a genuine way, our approach will always be like few times removed. Like our Gurudev mentioned, like when he comes to Vrindavan, he's seeing everything through the lens of his guru's conception, of his guru's pastimes. So when we come here, as I said, we're having the darshan of these beautiful deities, but we're also, primarily appreciating their relationship with their devotees, right? Their love for their devotees and the love that their devotees have for them. This is our good fortune. In this way, we can understand that we are approaching in the proper channel. And, now we're kind of coming to the conclusion of our parikrama, our holy pilgrimage to the holy land of the Lord. And, we also want to remember, right, that we are following the line of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we are also very happy remembering Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu also, he had darshan of these, maybe, I wonder if Mahaprabhu directly saw these deities, I'm not sure. But Mahaprabhu also, he is traveling through this holy land, and so many pastimes in Vrindavan, so many pastimes with Rupa and Sanatan. So we're also remembering Mahaprabhu. And we also understand that our entrance to Radha Krishna Leela is through Mahaprabhu, right? And Sridhar Maharaj, he appreciated so much this verse of Prabodhananda Saraswati. Yata yata gor padada vindeta bhaktim krita punyarasi tatata tot sarpita hridya kasmat radha padambuja sudamburasi. That as much as we will give ourselves to the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then so much we will automatically feel that Radha Rasa Sudhanidhi, that divine nectar of servitude to Srimati Radharani flowing within our heart. So we are very happy that on this pilgrimage we started in Navadvip, right? Because Navadvip is the doorway to Vrindavan. Srila Sridhar Maharaj had one expression: every atom in Navadvip is distributing Vrindavan. Is distributing Vrindavan in full. So we are very happy that first we started in Navadvip, the land of Nityananda, Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, taking their foot dust, and then going to Puri, right? That was Mahaprabhu's route after taking sannyas, taking the order of renunciation. Then he traveled to Puri Dham, had so many pastimes there, and he also visited Vrindavan, right, from Puri Dham. So we are following in the footsteps of Mahaprabhu under the guardianship of our gurus.